So anyway, that's why they don't allow you to feed the giraffes at the zoo anymore.
Okay. I didn't know that they ever did, so this is really saddening to me that I could have had this opportunity because you took it away from me.
Yeah, sorry about
You
that.
didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. Don't judge me. Why are you judging me?
Anyway, welcome to this episode of Totally True Tales to Tell Together, the storytelling podcast, the improv storytelling podcast. Excuse me, I've already forgotten my lines. If you're new to watching this, and of course you are new to listening to this because it's only the third episode, the way this works is that each week one of us will be tasked with telling a story from our life. Not necessarily our life, it's a different version of our life.
An improvisational version of our life, it could be said.
And each week one of us will take a slip from the hat of prompts and tell a story based on that. And this week, it's Sarah.
Yay!
So, Sarah, if you wouldn't mind, what story will you be telling us today?
I had to land a commercial passenger jet.
Oh yeah, you told us that much, but you should tell that to the people.
Yeah. Okay, so when I was 16 years old, I decided I wanted to fly planes. But they don't really let a lot of normal 16-year-olds fly planes for normal reasons. I also have extremely poor eyesight, so that was another little flaw in my plan.
Yeah, similar. My father actually trained to be a pilot when he was younger, but he's colorblind, he's red-green colorblind, so they wouldn't let him get his proper license.
Yeah.
So that is, yeah.
Yeah, but I really wanted to fly planes. I decided I was going to, no matter what I had to do. So...
Now, did you want to fly, thinking, commercial, or, did you want to do private jet, or, small engine?
I mean, small engine would have been fun. I didn't really care. I just wanted to fly anything. But I was planning on trying to get my license with, smaller planes, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I just flew a lot. I didn't really care where I was going. I would just, get it.
Whose plane?
No, I would be a passenger. I was just,
okay.
waiting, but I would...
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I would talk to, the people, though, flying the plane.
Oh, so this was pre-9/11s, and they were letting you into the cockpit?
No, they sometimes let people. They let
Before the plane takes off, they...
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course. So you're not
Yeah.
38, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. I was still a child back then. I looked 5
At 16?
years old.
Hold on, is that... You're switching to that story? You looked like a 5-year-old when you were 16?
Anyways, so yeah, and I would talk to them before every flight, and I'd be like, what did you have to do to get here? And then one time, I was just sitting there, and I looked behind me, and somebody, Liam Neeson's vibe? You look
Kind
at
of
Liam Neeson, and you're
older
like...
guy, but he could take care of himself.
Yeah.
Like he's just going to beat up a random man on the street?
Yeah, if you see Liam Neeson, you're like, it's about to go down, I feel like.
Depends what neighborhood he's in, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So there was some guy, a lot of the times you can't really, point out, the people on the marshals or whatever. But I was like, this guy looks like he is either, person on here, or he's going to, murder us all.
So 50-50, either he works for the government and is trying to stop the terrorist, or he is the terrorist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So
an
I was
interesting
like,
situation.
I don't know about this. Okay, but I don't know. At some point, the pilots started having issues, and they were like, we can't land this plane.
So is this like a big 787 kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah.
And you're
huge.
where are you flying?
We're flying to California
From where?
from New York.
Oh, so the plane's pretty much empty on gas.
Yeah.
It's at least a little bit safer.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's not like you were flying from New York to California, but you had to land in Nebraska. Where were you landing in California?
I mean, I feel like that was the plan, but I didn't know the actual.
But so it was at the end of the flight. It wasn't in the middle of the flight, your pilot died and you had to put it down in Minnesota. So most of the plane was still full of gas and everything.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. they were like, this is an emergency. We need to take care of business because this guy is causing problems. And I'm pretty sure he was like kind of a spy, you know?
So he had like stormed into the cockpit? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
And like...
No.
Did you see any of that, or?
Yeah, we were all like, what the heck is going on?
And no one stopped him? You all just kind of sat there and watched?
No, because he looked like Liam Neeson. He had that vibe. You're not going to go up to Liam Neeson.
I understand he looked like Liam Neeson. But the cockpit is locked. So, like, as he was just, like, pulling out, like, a buzzsaw and, like, trying to cut through this metal door and, like, picking a lock, you guys are like, this is totally normal air marshal stuff that he's doing.
He was let in, okay? I don't know why, but he was. He was let in.
Inside.
It could have been. It could have been. But either way, like, I'm assuming, because this is a giant plane, that something was on the plane. We were not told what, okay? I don't know. I'm going to assume it was like some kind of government secrets were stored in the pit of this plane.
So he wasn't trying to crash the plane, but rather steal the plane?
I don't know. He did not make it to our destination. I don't really know what happened.
He didn't make it?
Yeah, I think he jumped out.
Threw him out of the plane?
I think he jumped out.
Out of a commercial plane?
Full on D.B. Cooper style.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened.
Okay, so at this point, there's a door that's been ripped off and is wide open.
It was all over the news, Alex.
Of course, I know. I'm summarizing for the people.
Yeah.
So a door's been ripped open. A guy is parachuted out of your commercial plane.
Yeah.
The pilots are dead.
Parachuted.
Or not parachuted. Has exited in a manner not normal.
Yeah.
And now you are in a cockpit with dead pilots.
Yeah, and then people were
California.
like, who can fly this plane? And I was like, I technically don't know how to fly, but I will try.
Okay.
And so I had to go in there, and I've been traumatized by these people now. Like the dead bodies.
Of course you do.
Yeah, and everyone's kind of screaming. You know, there's a lot of children in there and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't know how to do this. All of it looks pretty foreign because although I have watched a lot of YouTube videos, I have not actually flown a plane yet. You know?
Yeah, I mean, cockpits there's a lot of switches,
there's a lot going
buttons
on.
And stuff, yeah.
But I kind of sent the plane in a nosedive at first.
Okay.
Because that's the most fun thing to do with a plane.
Yeah. But somehow I got it working, and, you know.
Well, I mean, if the guy had gotten out of the plane, presumably it's probably a good idea that you did go into a nosedive because you need to get to a lower altitude.
Had to get low because the plane's depressurizing, and you don't want a small child sucked out of your plane. That's a bad look.
That is true. We don't want to go full on like the boys here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Plus, like, I assume that the slide had extended when you opened the door, so then you're just flying along with the slide.
Yeah.
And, like, you don't want to have kids be like, ooh, a slide! And, like, slide out. Like, you don't want that.
Yeah. So I got us, you know, cruising. And then the gas was running out, and I was like, I don't know what their plan was here originally. I don't know if I caused this, because at the time I was like, I don't know what's going on. They should have had enough gas. And that is when I landed a commercial plane in a field.
Now, hold on. You're still in the air here. Does air traffic control come and give you, like, advice?
No.
Or, like, you're, okay. So, like, they were like, these people are dead, them, we're gonna leave them alone to land, however, and just like,
well, so they did call, but I was like, no, I got it, because I was already landing. I was already, okay, we were going to, like, crash if I didn't land.
Air traffic control called to give you advice, and you went, nah, I got this.
Yeah.
Hang up the phone.
Yeah.
So
why not? I was already landing.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Now, is landing a stretch, or should we say crashing?
No, I landed very well. It was, you didn't hear this on the news. They were like, this 16-year-old landed this giant plane in a field, and it was the greatest thing ever.
I can honestly say I did not hear
I have
that.
an award for it, Alex.
What award?
Flying planes at 16.
Oh, from the Flying Plane 16 awards.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
So, like, how did you get the landing gear extended if you knew nothing of this cockpit?
I just pushed a lot of random buttons.
And so presumably
Nothing bad happened.
Okay.
And you didn't think, maybe those guys from air traffic control who just called, maybe they could help me tell what button this was?
Yeah, I don't know. Some of them don't know what they're talking about either.
Wow, the luck to find that button and find the smoothest field in the history of fields to not damage your landing gear.
Out west, there's a lot of fields out there.
Having flown to Colorado and flown over the Midwest, I can confirm there are a lot of.
Right, but it's if they're running out of gas, they're almost in California. You're either in the Rockies or you're in California, where I would say there's minimal fields. In fact, a lot of mountains, it could be said.
I found a field.
I thought you were going to say you pulled a Sully and you put it down in the ocean, but that's just me.
No, I didn't want to pull a Sully. In my mind, I was like, don't pull a Sully.
That's derivative, Alex.
Yeah, I wanted it to be my own person. I wanted it to be my own story, Alex.
I assumed this was early enough that you were going to then say that Sully ripped you off and that you were, in fact, the original Sully here.
No, because everyone kind of associates him with, like...
The goose?
I don't want to get sued, but there's some negative things that people associate him with that may or may not be true. I don't know, but I didn't want to be associated with that.
No, I always just associate him with geese.
But
so that's how it happened.
Yeah, that's how it happened. There was just a sketchy man who may or may not have stolen government secrets. I don't know.
So is he still at large?
Yeah, nobody ever caught him.
Now,
okay.
But
did he say anything before he jumped out of the plane?
No. Every single time I see Liam Neeson, though, I think of him. It could have been Liam.
Did he have a parachute when he jumped out?
Yeah.
Okay.
He came prepared.
Hold on. He brought his own parachute?
Yes.
How did he get
his overhead?
How do you get a parachute through security?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was some kind of internal thing, Alex.
That was a coup by the TSA.
Yeah.
So not only did you land a plane, but this is within some greater story of stealing government secrets.
Of the time the TSA attempted to take over United Airlines.
Yeah.
The TSA can't do the job that they currently do. What makes you think that they're going to do a greater job?
That's true. I've known a couple of people who work for the TSA.
Because if they take over control of this airline, maybe then we'll respect them more.
No.
They're security theater.
Yeah.
That is true. I guess that would make them look worse that they let a guy with a parachute and I assume some sort of other weapon.
It was all over the news for a little while, but then the story of that guy who jumped out and everything kind of got swept under the rug. So it was definitely some kind of internal thing, that they wanted to cover up. So, but they're lucky that little 16-year-old me was there and could fly a plane. Very well. I'm a natural.
I mean, I would say a lot of people are very lucky then, yeah.
Yeah. I saved a lot of people, Alex. I don't appreciate that look.
Well, that was...
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a story.
A story with potentially choices that are inexplicable at times, in fact.
But remember, everything that's said around the fire, absolutely 100% happened.
I mean, definitely. I'm not judging the validity of the story.
I mean, you started a country.
I'm judging
there was a lot of
questionable
things.
I'm judging the decision-making of the pilot, apparently. Mm-hmm. But the story, 100% true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a great pilot. Actually, people have said that they prefer me over Pilot Pete from The Bachelor.
I mean, from what I know of that doesn't seem hard.
His decision-making is very questionable.
But also, I feel like I can give you a good pilot. A great pilot probably would have landed in an airport, but that's just me.
But we didn't have the gas to get there.
I feel like a great pilot would have found an airport.
Not a lot of... I mean, there are a lot of airports in this country, but there are not a lot of... Most of them can't handle a 747, 787, whatever, yeah.
Exactly.
Or found an interstate. That's what they're built for.
It's
landing planes on.
I'm pretty sure a field is better. I'm pretty sure.
As it turns out, as nice as it is to say that interstates were built with long stretches of straight road because it was meant to have a plane landed on it, that's just not true. It's just easier to build straight road.
That's fair. And they've even if it was true, they grew a bunch of trees on next to them, so now it's just a problem.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So there you go. I haven't been allowed to fly one since, but
One can
that's
only
a
imagine
story for another day.
Well, as much as I'd love to hear that story, I think we're running out of firewood here for the night. I think it's time to pack it in. Thank you so much for your story, Sarah, and
You're welcome.
thank you everyone for listening. If you liked this, please tell everyone you know. Be that annoying person that tries to get everyone to like what you like. You can find us, like I say, on every streaming service, everywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, whatever. You can find us on our website, t6pod.com. That is T, the number 6, pod.com. And thanks for listening.